So, balik natin. Okay, so ang topic for today is about medium of art pagdating sa art appreciation. So, what is the medium of art? So, sa medium of art, when an artist uses a medium, he selects which he can express or what he wants to say or convey. So, the choices of a medium is part of the meaning and it signifies the context of the works in total meaning. So, usually, pagdating sa shapes of, medium of art, we have nito, for example, mga shapes, forms, space, or texture. Okay, balance, rhythm, or color, and etc. So, everything na makikita natin na artwork is meron mga tinatawag na medium of art. For example, sabi natin mga figurines, di ba? Or if you're familiar with yung dito. Yung mga rebulto ba tawag doon sa tanda yun, yung mga Mama Mary, di ba? Mga ganun, meron mga scale yun, tapos kung ano mga shapes, colors, ano ba yung mga spacing, mga ganun. Okay, so let's discuss first yung tatawag natin yung shapes, forms, space, and then texture. So first, syempre, sabihin nga natin, ang shape is one of important factor pagdating sa medium of art. Lahat naman yan, meron mga shapes, di ba? So here, it is an element of art that refers to an area clearly set up by one or more of art elements. Of art, shapes are limited to length and width. Okay. So pagdating dito, meron tayong dalawang klase ng shape. First, we have yung geometric shape and then yung organic. So ano ba yung geometric? The geometric shape, this is shapes that they made with a ruler or drawing tool, such as square, circle, triangle, rectangle, and oval. So mostly are 5 samples of geometric shapes. Okay, so nawala ako. I think nawala ang connection. And then yung organic is also called what we call the free form. So sa free form, syempre ito ay iba-ibang angles or organic shapes which are not regular sa mga common na shapes natin, so that even their outlines may be curved or angular. And then next, we have yung form. So tulad nga ng sa shapes, we have yung sa form like length and width. They also have a third dimension which is depth. So, di ba? Yung length, yung height ng natin, medium of art, yung width, yung natin, lapad, and then yung sa depth, yung for example, usually mga 3D, which is tulad ng mga sculpture. So, sa form is an element of art that refers to an object with three-dimensional, with forms found in the work of art such as a sculpture. And then next, we have yung space. It refers to distance between, around, above, below, and within things in both two-dimensional or three-dimensional work of art. That usually, space will affect how the artwork can be interpreted. And then, last dun sa natin, we have yung texture. So, texture, it is used as tactile elements of the use of the sense of the touch. The texture refers to the way you feel or look. So, usually, for example, may mga medium of art na kailangan. Pagka tinignan natin to, inanalyze natin. So, parang ano ba yung gustong representation ng natin, artwork. So, diba, for example, sabihin natin, kung gusto natin ng smooth na reflection ng water. So, sa example, sa painting, syempre, hindi mo na makakapalan yung pag-paint ng blue. Kasi, kung kinapalan mo yun, either or parang maging, ang tingin yan ay parang sky, something like that. Kasi kailangan natin, syempre, ang tubig is reflection, diba? So, kailangan light lang yung paggamit ng color. Usually, ginagamitan ng mas madaming tubig, something like that. Or, for example, tawag dito, gusto mong i-represent na parang ang medium of art mo sa artwork ay parang siya, metallic, diba? So, parang kung gamit natin, for example, is using by pencil, diba? So, parang mag-shade ka ng parang representation or reflection, pampakintab. So, parang mag-shade ka ng dark and then lighter and lighter, tapos babalik mo sa light to dark. So, parang may reflect, nagre-reflect yung image, something like that. And then, next na di-discuss natin is about yung elements of art. Okay. Opo, parang imagine mo yung gradient. Familiar kayo sa gradient? Diba? Na ganon. Okay, next is an element of... Okay. Okay. Sige. Balik tayo. So, next is yung elements of art. So, sa elements of art, art is a powerful language that artists communicate through their ideas and emotions like most languages. The language of art has its own vocabulary and is not made up of words. Rather, it's made up of usually visual, auditory, tactile elements. And then, meron sa visual elements, now we have what we call color, line, shapes, forms, space, and texture. Okay. So, ito tayo dito. So, first we have yung sa elements of color, which is yung characteristic of colors, which is number 1 is hue, and then second is value. Okay. So, balik tayo dito. Siyempre, sa hue is the name of a color. So, everything na color natin is hue. Such as red, okay, blue, yellow, green, violet, mga ganyan. Yun yung hue na ang tawag din, hue. Which is referred to scale ranging through colors. And then, syempre, pagdating sa colors, characteristic of colors natin, we have yung okay, sige. And then, yun nga, first, yung natin, primary colors, which is, usually, nakikita yung primary colors, we have yung red, blue, and yellow. Yun yung natin, primary. And then, we have yung secondary colors. So, yung secondary colors is the mixtures of nung 3 colors about sa pag-pinay natin. Ito yung mga example, it's like violet, green, and orange. So, kasi parang combination ng, for example, sabihin natin violet is red and blue, diba? Green, yellow, and blue, and then orange is yellow and red. So, yun yung mga secondary. And then, we have yung complementary colors, those that are opposite in the scale. So, sa opposite, so kung nakikita mo sa part na to, so opposite niya ay yung parang counter ng red is green. Okay. Complementary colors pala, sorry. And then, intermediate colors, those adjacent in the wheels. Yung intermediate, so susunod natin red and violet. Next, we have yung value. So, syempre, yung value is the lightness or darkness of a color. It can be changed by adding black or white. So, color is the name given to the relative degree of light and dark. So, for example, diba, light red, dark red, okay. So, next. And then, syempre, ang color, it relies on light nga, sabi nga natin. It is what the eyes see when the light is reflected upon an object. Then, that color refers not only to the hue, but also to the value. Diba? So, para makikita natin sa damit ko ngayon, diba? Meron akong red, and then, meron value ng color of red ko. Diba? So, parang pinaka ko is, dito, pinaka sa ilalim ko, is dark na siya. Red. So, depende po sa value ng natin. Color. Okay. Nalagpasan ko to, pero sige. So, hue is the name of color. So, na-explain ko natin ito. So, primary is red, blue, and yellow. Then, secondary is violet, green, and orange. Complementary is the opposite in color of scale. And then, intermediate, those adjacent in the color wheel. So, red and violet, sample like that. And then, value, ito meron pa tayong customization. It is the lightness of darkness of a color. It can be changed by black or white. Okay, so next, we have yung ways of using color. So, isang ginagamit yung ano natin, color, di ba? Ways of representing or ways of using color. So, number one, we have representational use, impressionist use, decorative, personal, scientific, and then last, we have the symbolic. 10 minutes pa lang. Okay. So first, representational use. The artists paint objects from the real world on use, which are present in an ordinary ordinary illumination. So, dito, for example, thereby implying colors constantly in the colors of object. So, di ba? For example, itong artwork na po ito, parang gamit niya is red, yellow, and orange. And then, gumamit siya ng black. So, dito sa artwork na to, ano yung parang pinaka-representation niya? Kung titignan natin. Okay, so, comment na lang po sa chat box. Okay, so I think wala. So, syempre, as seen here in our illustration, it represents sunset. Kasi yun naman yung ano yan eh. If we're going to reflect based on the real world, ganito naman talaga usually lumalabas tayo mga sunset. Diba? So, papula na siya. Palubog may araw. But then, next is impressionist use. So, impressionist use, syempre, sarili nilang point of view to. They rejects the use of paintings of colors in the local order. Instead, seeks to render nature with a sensitive perception of the effects of changing condition of lights and objects. Okay. So, syempre, kunwari, so, usually, ito yung mga usong-uso ngayon na style ng painting, yung lalo na kapag yung mga tawag dito, yung sinisingitan ng mga lyrics yung kanta, na lalo na malulungkot, tapos mababa yung bass. Makikita mo yung mga city pop, kung familiar kayo doon, yung mga ano na yan, yung nauuso sa Facebook. So, usually, yung ginagawa nilang colors, magenta, opo, parang ganun po, slow down the birth. Hindi ko alam tawag doon sa term na yan. Yung ba yung lo-fi ba? I'm not sure about that. Kasi pambata, parang bago lang sa pandinig ko yan eh. Kasi nakikita mo yung mga color ng city, ibis na yung usual na dark blue, green, ginagawitan nila ng magenta, diba? Kasi impression, binabasa na sa impression. So, kung anong colors ang gusto nilang ganun. Okay, next is decorative. You can call it decorative or ornamental use. So, sa decorative or ornamental use, this relates to patterns and design. As seen here in our illustration, we have yung pineapple, diba? Decoration. So, usually, saan makikita ang mga decorative, lalo na sa bahay. So, ito yung which colors appears as a design components to enhance rhythm and sensuous appeal. So, sa yan, usually, saan ba? Sa mga linoleum. Familiar kayo sa linoleum? Hindi po. Yung linoleum, yun po yung kunwari kapag walang tiles yung sahig. Yung basta nakakabit siya, ganun. Okay. O kaya mga tiles na natin, siya mga pader din, diba? Yung mga wallpaper. Yun, usually ginagamit yun. Decorative. Opo, yung para siyang thin layer of cover, nilalagay sa sahig, ganun. So, decorative madalas yun eh. Okay, so next is personal use. Artists use to express his feelings and emotions as well as their spontaneous impulse and whims. So, example, red face bears strong feelings. So, parang ito, tawag ito. Saan ba to? Kalimutan ko. Teka lang. Di man to Witcher. Teka, naalala ko kung saan to. Okay, so, ayun. Parang as in here in ano natin image, meron siyang paint paste paint sa ano niya. So parang representation niya na parang strength, parang ganon. So yun siya. Okay? So next is scientific hues. Consists of format of a colored square of a different hues. So syempre mostly mga scientific ginagamit sila mga hexagon logo, and then usually is light color, you're using light blue or green, lalo na pag medic. Sa medicines. And then, next we have the symbolic use. The meaning of colors changes from one culture to another, may also vary from one period to another. So, example here is the color of the flag. Kung sa Philippines, di ba, mayroon tayong mga usual na colors nung bago pa yung watawat natin. Pero, ang madalas, representation is blue, red, and yellow. Diba? So, depende din. For example, sa Japan, diba, sa Japan, meron sila yung white and red. Kapag parang gusto nila ng representation ng war, diba, parang nagkakaroon na parang stripes. Yung nila, depende sa symbolic cues nga, yung nila, parang tinatawag nila kamikaze. Okay. So, next we have yung characteristics of colors. Okay. So, sa characteristics of colors are either warm or cool. So, example ng natin, for trees, for nature, usually ang gamit ay green. So, kapag kunwari, ang sky, blue. Orange and red are warm. And then, colors have definitive, so logical and emotional connotations. So, ano-ano ba yung mga yan? Ito example natin. Usually, kapag black, yun yung gamit ko usually sa mga death, diba? Makita mo naman pag sa Facebook, diba? Kapag kunwari, someone has meron nag-pass away na family members, ang ginagawa ng mga men, ginagawa sa profile pic, ginagawa nilang black, diba? Mga ganun. White is the colors of innocence and purity. Blue usually is heaven, truth, or virginity. And then red, blood, love, hate, or sabi nga nila, pag sa Chinese, it is luck. And then yellow is either divinity, sacredness, degradation, or yung sa atin, di ba? Pag gusto mo ng away sa politika, yellow ginagamit. O kaya, di ba, representation yung ano ba yung mga natin, candidates, di ba? Merong red, may green, may pink. Walang pink dito sa natin. Brown, spiritual death, renunciation of the world, etc. Ayun. Okay, so next, we have yung kind of lines. Sa kind of lines, we have yung first horizontal, vertical, diagonal, and then curved lines. Okay. Oops, sorry. Balik natin. So first, we have yung horizontal line. Sa horizontal line, parallel to the ground and appears to be at the rest of projecting sense of a quiet relationship and contemplation. So, usually, kunwari, long horizontal lines gives a sense of infinity that's not easily obtained in any other way. So, usually, ang horizontal line is associated with the body of the at rest and generally express calmness, repose, stability, tranquility, and naturally with the horizon, which seems to divide the earth and the sky, the baseline of building and the other structures and the landscape, which impart a feeling of tranquility and serenity. Tapos sunod, tayong vertical line. Vertical line is associated with the body in upright, standing position and generally express poise, alertness, equilibrium, firmness, strength, and connotes a static position not without tension on the normal plane. It's translated into the qualities of uprightness, integrity, dignity, and formality, as well as the personality of law, intellectual order, and discipline. This is seen in Guillermo Tolentino's Monument of Bonifacio. And then the vertical line is the line of the tree of a man standing, the line of chimneys or towers. The vertical line is a rest but not in the rest or relaxation. Kasi ano siya, diba, tatayo. So parang strength or something like that. And then diagonal line. So usually it's associated with the body forward and charging purposely toward an objective. It signifies energy, dynamism, impulse, willpower, aspirations, and passion as well as emotions. Diba, usually pag pang-anime, may mga diagonal na lines, parang pag kunwari pag susugod, charge siya sa kalaban, diba may mga ganong scenario. Okay. Isipin yung concept ng yung painting ni Andres Bonifacio. Yung pasugod siya, nakalimutan ko sa nakaano yan. So kung titignan mo yung sa perspective, yung lines niya, siya pa-diagonal kasi pasugod eh. Makikita mo naman by the way na hinawakan niya yung yung bolo, tapos yung position ng katawan niya, makikita mo pa-diagonal. So, imagine mo yung concept na mula sa paa hanggang doon sa bolo niya. Pag nilagyan mo siya ng imaginative line, makikita mo pa diagonal. So, it's representing charging. And then last, we have yung curved lines. Yeah. Sa curved lines, it shows actions, life, and energy. It suggests grace and beauty and is associated with the body and movements that creates a written curved lines. So, dito. Curved lines are aligned to feelings, impulse, spontaneity, play, grace, charms, eroticism, and sensuality. Then, the curved lines are eloquent in the expression of feelings because they correspond to the rising and falling of intonation in speech and songs. And then, curved lines often express romantic yearnings, sentimental and melancholic cravings, that they are emotional, spontaneous, and impulsive in function. So, pagdating sa meron tayong mga tinatawag na curved lines, pwedeng single, double, or slow, or quick. Diba? Sa single curved lines are single. Diba? Double curved lines turns back on itself. So, usually, pag double curve is S-curve. Third, yung quick curve is an arc of a small circle, that type of an S-curve is fat baby. And then slow curve is an arc of a large circle that type of a long thin face. So, seen here, so meron tayong image dito. Diba ito? Yung mga pula na to, you can call this single. Diba? And then yung letter S, dito sa mga. Dito. Okay, sige. Okay. Tapos, slow or quick, yung parang pahaba. Diba? Parang, okay, so sorry. Yung pag ganun yung curve niya, ganun. Okay. And then, we have yung quick curve, yung parang isang biglaan lang na kulot, diba? So, itong parang puting to, quick curve. Okay. So, yun. So, example, sa artwork natin is yung itong saray manok. Okay. Okay. So, end of our discussion about sa natin. Okay. Double check ko lang, ha? Okay. Punta tayo sa classwork. Kumusta po kayo sa ibang subject nyo? May ginagawa, nakapag-discussion na ba sa iba? Chat na lang po.
Opo, nakapag-discuss.
Okay, so nakailang weeks na po kayo? Nakailang ano na po kayo, discussion?
Hindi rin po kasi ako masyadong makakapasok sa mga
Okay.
class.
Check ko lang ha. Kasi, oh wait. Okay. Oh. Ba't ganun? Sige. Okay, so papasok ko tong PowerPoint mamaya. And then supposed to be dapat kasi tawag dito. This week dapat is prelim prelim exam. Okay? So, ang gagawin na lang natin is gagawa tayo ng project based po tayo. So, later di-discuss ko, pero ibabase ko po dito dun sa natin, tawag ito, lesson for today. Okay? So, yun lang po. Okay. So, last time yata, check ko nga sa stream. Alam ko wala tayong YouTube. Alam ko may YouTube ko. Okay. Wala, naghang. Wait. Naghang nga. Ba't ganun? Okay. So, nalagpasan natin yung week 2. O, sige. upload ko yung week 2. Kasi ano pala nung last week, no? Tawag dito. Acquaintance party. And then, meron tayong, naglagay ako ng announcement dito. May nag-submit na. Sino itong, ang dami naman hindi nag-submit. Okay. So, yun. So, ang gagawin natin is, bigay ko yung topics. Tapos, yung, natin, upload ko namin. Okay? So, any concern po? Ay, sorry. Hindi ko nabasa. Okay. Last week lang din po ako nakapag-enroll. Ano siya enroll? Okay lang. Sige. Stop ko muna to record.